Honey. Hello, I'm Claire-Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm just going to go on my live to make sure I'm there. I think I am today, but the other day I wasn't, so better to check. Yes, there we go. Hello, how are you? Whoever's joining me, please pop up a message saying where you're watching from. Always good to hear from you. So today, as always, I'm going to go deeper into the daily read, and I've picked a card out from Colette Baron-Reid's deck, Wisdom of the Oracle, to give us another perspective on it, a different kind of guidance, because her readings are quite different than mine. And then I'm going to give readings to you guys, whoever's on here. So where are you watching from? Have we got any newbies here? I've got my coffee. First thing in the morning for me. I know a lot of people watch this in the evenings, wherever you are. Hi, Janice. Yep, Sunday night for a lot of you. Hey, Tawanda. Really good. You've not made it live lately, hey? I'm really good. I'm really good today. I had a really busy weekend of doing the videos and everything. They're all out now, so you can check out your weekly read for your star signs. Branson, Missouri. Callie's in Florida. Lisa's in Pennsylvania. Hey, Chloe, how are you? Said your name strange then. So let's do this. Colette Baron-Reid's card for the day. Okay, the daily read, first of all, before we go into that. The daily read, if you're watching the replay, I'll pop a link to the daily read up there, so watch that and then come back to this. The daily read was about that balance between focus and surrender. So with the law of attraction, we need to focus on what it is that we want. First of all, we need to ask for what we want, but we tend to have done that already, just with preferences. We do that really subtly. It's not something that we need to formulate like, universe, I want this. You don't have to write it down on a Santa's list. It just kind of happens through life, preferring things. So the universe knows what we want. We've already asked for it. But the reason we do the law of attraction things like vision boards, like writing goals down, like focusing on things, is to get us aligned with it, right? It's so that we're on the same page as our higher self, so that we're in that same energy as it. And so focus is a really important thing. But sometimes the focus makes us feel bad, and that's when we shouldn't do it. It's all about the feelings, right? So when we're focusing on something that's not coming yet, it can start making us feel bad. Or when we're not yet ready for it. It's like when we focus on something, all we feel is the lack of it. It feels bad to us. That's when not to focus on it. That's when to surrender and to pass it on. Hey, Apani, Palm Springs. Welcome, everybody. And so you've got to get that fine balance and go between focus and surrendering to the universe, and allowing it to come in. And it is a fine balance, and we've got to keep, that's why meditation is really important, because you've got to listen to your feelings. You've got to be able to listen to your thoughts, first of all, of what you are focusing on, but you've also got to be able to listen to your feelings too, so that you know whether your focus is useful or not. So the card of the day from Colette Baron-Reid's deck is To Be Fair. All about balance. Let's see what she says about it, because as I said, her readings and her cards are different than my readings, so it's always good to get a different perspective on the day. So today being Monday the 20th of January, I know it's not for most of you, but it is for me. So you're setting yourself up for tomorrow now. To be fair, life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing. Yet over time, they strike a balance. You move from being from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum, swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you're not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you'll see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there's an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. I'm going to read the abundance message or prosperity message, whatever it is, too. I don't know why, but I'm going to. Now is a time for even exchanges. Justice will prevail, and you'll be treated accordingly. In all your affairs, you'll be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you're compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiations. So remember that all things must be balanced. Keeping this as your truth, and so it will be. Right, yeah, it's so important. I have been saying that in some of the readings lately, is balance is really important, and receiving is really important too, because the universe isn't going to let you do big things. It's not going to let you give in a big way in the world if you're not receiving too. The universe doesn't let you expand and grow when you're doing things out of balance, when you're going to be either putting negativity into the world because you're out of balance, because you won't receive, or when you're going to destroy yourself doing it or deplete yourself doing it. And so balance is really important. Yeah. That's today. So let's go deeper into the daily read. And then, yeah, Janice, I'm going to get around to your readings. Readings for everyone here that wants them, once I've finished this part. So deeper into the daily read. It's about this focus, this balance of focus today. When do we focus? When do we surrender? And we've got be artistic and one step at a time. So about our creative endeavors. Anything is creative in our life. Our lives are our own creations, right? So we create our relationships. We create where we live. We create our life experiences. We create all of it with our focus, of course. And this is saying one step at a time. It's all a process. It's not instant manifestation. You shouldn't be able to dream something up and then instantly manifest it. That just never happens. It's not possible. Sometimes the really easy stuff we can get really fast because we don't have any resistance to it. But most of the time there's a path. There's a path to what we want to create in our lives, and we've just got to go with that path. We've got to go with it. I'm just going to let the cat out because she's trying to get in the bin by the door. I'll be back. Go now, honey. Bye. Yeah, so there's a path. We've got to take it step by step, and it's an unfolding path too. And so on that path, we reach new levels, new devils. There's always inner work to do. Maybe we need to raise our confidence. Maybe we need to release some stuff. Maybe we need to sort out beliefs. Maybe we need to, raise our game, value ourselves more, that kind of thing. And so just take it one step at a time, whatever you're trying to create. Tawanda, we haven't chatted in a while. I've been blessed with several opportunities to relocate coming up. Awesome. Supposed to have the Skype interview today. It was delayed until tomorrow. All is well. Interesting. That's right, Janice. Got to have patience. Got to have patience with ourselves, right? Because it's ourselves that are holding it back. It's never the outside world that's holding it back. It's always us holding it back. And sometimes it can be really tricky. That's why I do my readings, right? Because sometimes it can be really tricky to know how we're holding ourselves back. Right. Also today we've got initiate and play. I got the play card in my personal cards too. So have some fun today. The universe is very light. With synchronicities and everything, it wants to play with us. It will just give us those signs in the funniest ways available. The universe is really playful with us, wants to play with us. And if we get into that same vibe of being playful with it, so if you're trying to create something, to manifest something, you initiate that and then make it into a game. Make it into a game, and you get into that light vibration, and the universe will play with you, play along with you. I did that for paying off debts. Like, you wouldn't think that you can make that into a game, but you can. I had these charts. I made these charts and I made it into a game, paying off my debts, and it just made it so much easier. Love the daily read, Chloe. Thank you. Oh, While I still remember, please click like on this video. It really helps my channel get this out there. YouTube will show more people, the more likes I get. Also, if you could do me a favor, if you get value out of my readings and stuff, can you share it with your friends? Can you share my videos with your friends? Help me grow my channel. That would be amazing and very much appreciated. Hey, Marguerite, Mimi, I remembered. Hey, Mimi. Right, also today, yes, I am limitless communication coming. So it's a bit of a wait day today, Monday the 20th, bit of a wait day. But there are good things coming. So it's like we've got to remember, we've got to go with divine timing, right? Because the universe has got to orchestrate all kinds of things. Sometimes we are ready for something and the universe is ready to give it to us, but it's got to wait for that person to be ready and that person to be ready, because then it'll be super magical, when that happens. And so any delays, don't worry. It's just you're waiting on something. Communication is coming. So the communication coming card, it's like communication from the universe. It can be communication from someone else, for someone that for something that you're waiting for. But I'm feeling this is communication from the universe is coming, but not necessarily today. It's interesting because my personal cards, after getting that play thing, I'll show you my personal cards for today. So this is like my reading, like I'm going to do for you guys soon. I am love and flowing, so things are flowing. And play and wait. So I got the wait card too. I got that patience card. Just have fun with it. The stuff that I'm waiting for. The stuff that I'm manifesting at the moment. I think it's a fear that we're scared of the change in our lives. Yeah. Change. It's hard, isn't it? I'm Taurus. I'm pretty fixed. Change is hard for me. I do like change though. I mean, my life has been really varied. But when you're actually going through it, it's stressful. It's stressful. Tomorrow I will be doing Psychic Cafe. I wasn't going to because I've got a Skype client, but she actually rearranged to an hour later so I can do this and that. I can have it all tomorrow, which is cool. Also, for today, we've got Love What Is and Prepare. We're getting prepared. Yeah, so it's more like an inner work day today, Monday, getting prepared for what's coming. So there is communication coming. Things are going to start moving forward. Today isn't really the day that that's going to happen. It's more getting prepared for it, getting yourself ready for whatever it is. So say you're wanting to sell your house or something like that. There's things that you could do today. It's like it's not going to sell today, but there's things that you can do to get prepared for that. You can get ready as if it's going to sell tomorrow, that kind of thing. That kind of action in full faith that the universe is going to pull the strings and it's all going to work. You start taking action as if it's going to happen tomorrow. It's really powerful. So I love where you're at today. Love that it's coming. Know that it is coming, and then get yourself prepared because it is coming. Tawanda, I know, Claire. I'm a Capricorn. Yep. Fixed signs. There we go. That's our day. Be artistic one step at a time. Remember, it's an unfolding process. Anything that we're trying to manifest is an unfolding process, and it's us that's holding it back. And so it's that inner work that's really important. We've got initiate and play, so make it a fun thing. Don't take it so seriously, and definitely don't beat yourself up for the delays. I am limitless communication coming, so bigger things are happening. Things are happening for us, and it's bigger than we are asking for, that we think we're asking for, because as I said, the asking really happens in a different kind of way. It's not with our list and it's not with our focus. It's already happened. Our asking has already happened. So things that manifest tend to be bigger than we're expecting. Sometimes we think things aren't happening because we're not ready for it yet, and then we'll ask for a little bit better. Meanwhile, the universe is like, but I've got much better for you because that's what you really want. So sometimes our focus has got to be on the big stuff. And we've got love, wise, and prepare, so get yourself ready today. Love where you're at today, yeah, because we are on the way. We're on the way. Aponi. Am I saying that right? Mimi likes it. Cool. So let's do some readings for you guys. Who would like a reading? If you want a reading about anything particular, then just ask about that, or leave it up to your higher self to tell you what it knows that you need to know. Some people don't like these public readings. It's just a bit of a taster anyway. So if you want a private reading, if you're watching the replay, I'll pop a link up there to get one of those. But there's a link also in the description box below this. Okay, close up first. Twanda, was that a yes to a reading? I don't know. I don't know if your message was there before I said that or not. Chloe's up first. Oh, Chloe, you've got release, guilt, and transformation. So you're waiting on yourself releasing guilt for moving forward. Maybe it's about leaving people behind that you're feeling guilty about. That's a common one. But what are you feeling guilty about for your transformation? So if you've got what you are asking for, if you've got what you really want in life, why would you feel guilty about that? Because you're holding on to guilt, similar guilt for transformations that you've already had. Yeah. Chloe? This is the kind of way that we hold ourselves back, is by feeling guilty. Also, Chloe, yeah, you're getting prepared, but there's stuff for you to clear inside of yourself. So things like guilt, definitely guilt for you. But yeah, there's other things inside of yourself to get prepared for what it is that you want. So just imagine getting what you want now, and then really listen carefully to where your subconscious mind goes to, its objections to that, feelings about that. Most of it will be good, but there might be twinges of fear in there, and those are the things to address, to clear those things within. We never need to be 100% ready. We never are 100% ready for things, but we need to get on the right side of it. We need to get 51% ready if we're only 40% ready. It's that kind of thing. You don't have to be perfect before you can manifest something at all, but there is stuff that we need to release. There you go, Chloe. Janice is up next. Janice. Okay, Janice, you've got knowing and gentle, quieted heart. And picking up from this, Janice, you've got people around you that are questioning you, that have got a different perspective to you, and you're kind of arguing with them. Not really arguing with them, but you're letting that rock you, that they've got different perspective than you. Just got to be okay about knowing what you know, and you don't have to convince anyone else of it to move forward on that. You can just know what you know. You can just know what you know, and that's okay. It's a sure sign that someone isn't really believing in their perspective or themselves when they're trying to convince others, when they need some kind of validation from others about it. Because if you were 100% clear on it in yourself and confident in what you know yourself, then you wouldn't need to convince anyone else. You wouldn't need validation from anyone else. You wouldn't need permission from anyone else. You wouldn't be arguing with anyone else about it. You wouldn't be trying to convince them about it. So, who is this for? Janice. So Janice, know what you know and be okay about that. Have a peaceful heart about what you know. When you catch yourself trying to convince other people of it, know that you are. That means that you're not 100% on it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Janice, then meditate on it and write it down. Get really clear on this, because your higher self wants you to move forward on this. But you're not going to be able to do it from this unconfident state, this state of not believing in yourself, not believing in it. So meditate on that and write it down. Callie's up next. Oh, wait a minute. Chloe, I've been feeling guilty about not doing more for others than I already am. Yeah, you see, and Chloe, that guilt, that belief that you need to be doing more, it's not true, right? The universe doesn't expect a lot out of us, and that's what I was saying before, is that the universe won't let us help more people when we're doing it in that unbalanced way. If we're thinking that we're not enough just being who we are, that we need to do things for other people, it won't let us. And then the thing is, then we give up on that, and then we realize, oh, I'm just going to focus on myself and what I want out of life. And then we do that, and then suddenly we can help a lot of people when we're doing that. I know, because I've done this myself. When I first started off Be Healing, oh my God, I wanted to heal the whole world with it. I was just wanting to give. And I just hit brick walls all the time. And the universe just won't let you do it. And so, I was taken through this process by my guides of sorting that out inside of myself. Oh, Janice, changes coming forth in financial stability and romantic relationships. Well, there you go. You know what you know. That's what it's all about for you. Right, Callie. Callie. You've got trauma in the past, Callie, and it's hindering you from getting what you want now. It's like you're not consciously expecting bad things to happen, but you're kind of wary of bad things happening because you've not yet healed the past. You've not yet healed that trauma. It might not be big trauma, but we take things as traumatic, especially in childhood. We take things as traumatic, even when they're not meant that way. It can be really little things that we find traumatic. Or you could have had big things that are traumatic too. So the key for you, Callie, is healing that stuff now, healing that stuff from the past so that you can have what you want. It's really interesting. I had so much to heal. Oh my God. That's why my business is called Be Healing, because I was having to do it for myself. I was so messed up. Oh my God. And I just had to do it. I had to do it to survive. And every step of the way, it's unlocked more and more for me, especially being in business the last 20 years like this. You've got to do the inner work. You've got to heal yourself, because it doesn't work otherwise. So you've got good things on the other side of it, but that healing needs to happen now. You need to. And what I mean by healing is getting to the place of feeling okay about it, being okay about it, which is where I'm at now with my past and all the abuse and all the stuff that's gone on in my life. I'm okay with it all now. This, like, forgive them. I wouldn't really say it's about forgiveness. It's about making sense. For me, it's been about making sense of why I chose that in the first place, to have that experience and what I actually got out of it, because I have got very positive things out of all the abuse and all the crap that's happened in my life. It's made me who I am now. It's actually, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now if I hadn't been through that. And so there's a lot of benefits from it. And so that's what I think is healing, when you can get to the point of, it's not really forgiveness, but you're just okay about it. Also, Callie, you've got to allow more into your life. You've got to allow yourself to receive more. This Grace card, it's about the flow of all good. It's like being treated. Callie, imagine yourself as being a queen on a throne, and everybody bringing you gifts. And that might feel really uncomfortable to you in your energy right now. But the universe, your higher self, wants you to get to that point where you're comfortable with receiving a lot, with people doing a lot for you, because you're comfortable with giving it out to people. You're comfortable with putting someone else on the throne and showering them with gifts, but you're not comfortable with you being on the throne and people showering you with gifts for nothing, just for being you. That's allowing. There you go, Callie. Lisa, I would appreciate a reading. Any thoughts from my higher self? I'm open to ideas. Lisa's up next. Also, if anyone wants a private reading, I do have some discounts at the moment. My biggest block readings are $20 off. They're not going to be $20 off for much longer. I might finish that on Wednesday. And what else? Soulmate readings. They're $30 off at the moment. I think that's it. You're welcome, Callie. Lisa. Right, Lisa. Surrender and go deeper. Right. This is about your agenda, Lisa. It's like surrender your agenda. I'm a rapper. Surrender your agenda, Lisa, because the universe, your higher self, wants to take you, not in a different direction, but a deeper direction. You know how I said sometimes we're trying to manifest things that are too small because we think we're not worthy of it yet. We think we've asked for something too big and that's why it's not come. So we think, oh, maybe I should ask for something less. But then your higher self is like, no, I'm leading you to that big thing. Your higher self is leading you to something bigger or deeper. You know, for example, if this is looking for a relationship and you're looking for the one and then you think, oh, the one's not showing up, I'm just going to choose out of these 3 guys that are in front of me right now. That's like lowering your standards. And then, you know, it's saying like, no, surrender that, surrender to your higher self, and it will take you to something deeper, something better for you. Tawanda, I wasn't sure whether you'd requested. I wasn't sure whether your yes was I didn't know what your yes was about, but I won't forget you. I'll come around to you. Don't worry. Lisa, also, yeah, you got this same someone else had. Meditate, write it down. Listen to your subconscious mind and write it down. Your subconscious mind gives you clues as to what you're doing to yourself when you get in meditation, where your mind goes to, where it wanders off to. It's really important. Write that stuff down. You'll get clues from it. I love that about meditation. There you go. Mimi is up next. Guidance from above for Mimi. Mimi, jealousy and healing. Everybody's opinion about you, everybody trying to please people. And you're kind of mixed up with other people, Mimi. And that's got to be healed. Why do you put so much weight on what everyone else thinks? I guess because community is really important, of course. Connection is really important, isn't it? But then it's not that important for other things. It's like important for us, for our personal lives, for us to receive. Community is really important. But it's not important for focus, for our direction, for our connection. You know, it's like community is really important. So I like me doing this kind of thing, Psychic Cafe. It's important. It's important to build up relationships with you guys, to get to know you, so then I can deliver my service to what everyone needs and wants from me. That's important. But it's also important for me to focus on my business and know where I'm going and have that focus and not put that on you guys, not get that from you guys. It's like there's a balance to be had there for you, Mimi. And so this is like, get clear on that. Get clear on why you're so involved with other people and know when that's important and what aspects of your life it's important to be involved with other people, the community, and then know what's important for you to be alone with, which tends to be the higher level stuff. Interesting. And then that's going to sort out this jealousy. Again, it could be like a validation thing. It could be that you're going to other people. Oh, communicating to people that you're perfect. Of course, that gets a jealous reaction from people. You know, like on Instagram, people putting up their perfect lives and everything like that. Communicating that perfection, it attracts the trolls and stuff. It attracts jealousy. Just watch yourself doing that. You know, often people with a law of attraction, a lot of like law of attraction teachers have said like fake it till you make it. And that can lead people to doing this fake thing, this perfection thing, this pretending thing. instead of being authentic. And the law of attraction doesn't need us to be fake and pretend things. It's not fooled. The universe isn't fooled, and other people aren't fooled, in fact. Interesting, Mimi. Just, maybe meditate on all of that. Upon me, please. I have an ex-partner reaching, and I'm unsure of the motives, even though I'm told it's not personally, romantically, or if my higher self sees a better message. But, yep. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what that is all about for you. Why is your ex reaching out? From your perspective, like this isn't about them. This is about you. What it is for you. Okay. Often when exes come back into our lives, it's because we haven't let something go about them. Remember my ex that I was traveling with before I came here, before I came to this island. He actually came and visited this island maybe a year after I'd been here. And that was really important. It was like, for me to see him clearly, and it was like, wow, what was I doing with him? And it was like closure in myself, to get really clear on it. Because sometimes we look back at the past and we don't have clarity on it. Yeah, because you've got like clear within, the stuff to clear within. Aponi. Flow of all good. It's like this ex. There's something about your expectations of partners, your expectations of what's available. I used to have this thing that guys aren't doing the inner work, so I'm not going to be able to find a guy that's up to my level, kind of thing, to have like a spiritual and emotional connection with, because they're just not doing the work. So I wasn't expecting to meet a guy like that, and now I have bio kids who my ex-partner was around for about 10 years, vanished for about 5 months with no regard in the kids, and is resurfacing about them, but you're unsure. Yeah. Okay, expectations is what I'm hearing, expectations of partners. And of course, when you have very low expectations that you can get what you want in a partner, that they're even out there, you attract those kinds of people that are going to disappoint you, unfortunately. And so, yeah, him coming back in, it's for you to see that and to clear that within yourself. Expectations, low expectations. It's time to raise your standards. One of the star signs got that for this week. Maybe it's yours, but raising your standards, raising your expectations, because your true partner, your higher self is trying to get you focused on your true partner, on what you really want. And because you're not focused on it anymore because you don't think it's available to you. That's what it's about. And so your ex is coming back in to kind of remind you of that, of low standards that you've had. Chloe's been wanting to go vegan, feeling guilty when you don't follow through with it. I wouldn't advise that. There's so much. It's not good for your health at all. And it's like an experiment, and people are experimenting on themselves. And yeah, just do some research on that, because if you look at people that have actually done it for a longer time, it's really detrimental to health, and especially children as they're growing. I think in the coming years, there's going to be a huge reveal about that it is really not the way to go. And it's junk food companies, it's like grain companies, it's those that are kind of, I've got that agenda for people to do it because they want to sell that crap, and it really is crap food. I wouldn't recommend it. So it's very hard to follow because your body is crying out for the nutrition it needs. And so I wouldn't recommend that, Chloe. So don't feel guilty about that. Tawanda's up next. I didn't forget you. I just wasn't sure what your yes was about. Tawanda, the opportunity I was speaking about earlier is in NJ, New Jersey, is that? I'm excited. It feels nice. I'm learning to go with my feelings. It's not paying what I desire. It's providing me with the freedom. Awesome. Well, let's go into that. Tawanda. And you know, money is an energy, and money flows with that energy. And if we're focused on the other stuff, if we're focused on fulfillment and freedom and all of that, like you are, the money will come along too. So look at this. Fulfillment, find a new approach. It's never about the money. The money comes along, like money's an energy, and it comes along when we are sharing our energy with the world. And when we're doing what fulfills us, that's a sure sign that we're sharing our energy with the world in a bigger way. Or that we're getting on track to sharing our energy with the world in a bigger way. And the money flows with that. It's like contrary to popular law of attraction belief, you can't just wish it and it comes. You've actually got to do something for it. You've got to be sharing your energy. It's energy. You can't get something for nothing. So Tawanda, yeah, you've got the right awareness. You're in the right direction. You're going in the right direction, but you have got to find a new approach. So maybe it's your beliefs about the money, one or the other. It's like you can have freedom, but you can't have the money. You can have fulfillment, but you can't have the money. You could have a belief like that. Well, it's not true. You can have it all. It can be brilliant. So raise your awareness on that. Maybe write down what would be amazing for you and just get in that energy. Because if you write down having it all, if you write down what having it all would be for you, and then feel how that makes you feel when you read through it, it'll make you feel amazing. And that's a sure sign. That's your higher self going, yes, 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 yes. You can have it. There you go, Tawanda. You're welcome, Lisa. Mermaid Shark, you still there? Do you think you can tell me the first letter of my future husband's name? No, I don't do stuff like that. And remember, Mermaid Shark, our energy is always changing. And so we get to decide who we're becoming. We are the creators of our life. And so there's no person that's like your destiny kind of thing. It just depends on who you're becoming as to who's going to be a match to you in that moment. You're calling your ex back, Mimi. Well, that's exciting, Tawanda. Hey, Ashley. Ava. Ava's up next, and then I'm going to answer Ashley's question on twin flames. Ava. Ava, you've been getting guidance from your higher self, but it's not the guidance that you expected, and you're not willing. You've listened to it, but you're not willing to take action on it because you don't think it's right, but it is right. Let's pick out another couple of cards about this. Right, it's about, abundance. So with using Tawanda's example, she's taking a job for less money because it's given her freedom and fulfillment. And it's going to lead to abundance. Tawanda's choice is going to lead to abundance. You're getting similar kind of guidance. Whatever the guidance that you've got, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that because it's not going to lead to the abundance that I want. But it is. It's just, there's different routes to it. I mean, it's like I was in like a hugely, massively paid corporate job in my 20s, and I gave that up. And then I made this business when I turned 30. I created this business, and I've been doing it for the last 20 years. I turned away from the money and abundance, it would seem, and made a stupid decision if I was basing it on money. But I wasn't basing it on money. I was basing it on, well, the money thing is really easy, doing something that my heart isn't in it, and I'm sat in an office, and yeah, the money's easy, but there's got to be more to life than this because I can't do this for the rest of my life. And so I started focusing on the other stuff, what's deeper than that. And so you want the abundance. The abundance is going to come, but it's on a different path. And you need to be willing to listen to that guidance that you've already had and actually take action on that. Ava. Tawanda, yes, we'll do We can have it all. We can have it all. Check out my book, Having It All. Have you read that yet? It's available on Amazon and Kindle. Thanks for being the best and stay blessed. Thank you. I have shared your video. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much for helping me catch on, getting with the program. I'm grateful for all. You're welcome, Ava and Tawanda. Right. Ashley, what are my thoughts on twin flames? Soulmates, people that match us, it's like everybody, isn't it? Everybody matches us that's in our lives. You didn't know I have a book? Really? 8. I don't have a book. I've got 8 books. I published my first book in 2011. Published my last book I wrote. Loads of books. Check out Claire Louise Hay on Amazon. I've written 11. I've published 8 of them for a long time. Yeah, soulmates are kind of a match to us in the moment, and so that's everybody. Twin flames, I don't know about that. But then I call them soulmates. They're those spooky people that we meet and we've had, like we're so similar to each other, so many similar experiences. Yeah, maybe I don't talk about my books enough. I do when I meet people. People say, "What do you do?" And I say, "I'm an author. I'm a writer." Yeah, my readings are mini books. That's why I do them written. I'm an author. Yeah, they're all. All of my books are channeled. The last one, Having It All. It's about my life. It's more an autobiography about part of my life. There you go. So yeah, twin flames. I'm not so sure about that. I've heard that people saying that twin flames is like one spirit divided into 2 or something. And I've been doing readings all my life. Not one higher self has ever told me anything like that. So it's not that for sure. It would have come up at some point in my readings, that kind of thing, and it hasn't. So no, everyone's got their higher self and we don't share higher selves. But yeah, sometimes it's spooky when we meet people that have got that are really aligned with us, but it's just the law of attraction again, You didn't know either, Carolee. I should talk about it more. Yeah, and on BeHealing.com, there's a books tab on there. You can see all of them from there. Similar energies, yeah, which is how the world works, right? It puts us with similar energies. Yeah, I'm not really into the twin flame thing, as I've heard it explained to me. I do think that the universe will match us up with people that are very similar to us if we're open to that. Everyone is one spirit divided into 80 bajillion, 7.7 billion. Bizarre. 7.7 billion, not even more. That's people that are incarnated, and the spirits that aren't incarnated, there's lots of those too. I wonder how many individuals there are as part of Source. Yeah. It's mind-blowing. And are we incarnated more than once at the same time? Because time doesn't exist in the spirit world. It just exists for us. So, yeah, is there another me somewhere? I doubt that the universe would have us ever meet if that was true, if I'm incarnated more than once. It would be like a glitch in the matrix, I think. I don't know. Interesting. Anyone else want a reading? How's my evening? I haven't got to evening yet. It's morning for me, Carolee. But my morning's going good. Thank you. How do you know when you're going through a spiritual awakening, Chloe? Oh, it's horrible. Generally, it's horrible. It feels bad. Yeah, it's like crash to the ground, like throwing everything up in the air. And it's spiritual awakening. You know, people use this word woke and awakened and stuff. Well, you can awaken to anything. You can awaken to any kind of awareness. So when people say they're awake, it's like, well, what do you mean by that? You're awake to what? Sometimes, you know, people can be in like regular society, have that mindset, you know, and then they can wake up from that. But then they can wake up from that, and then they can like wake up to something similarly victimhood, not true either, and they can get stuck there and think they're awake. It's like, awaken to what? You know, we wake up to all kinds of things. There's so much, you know, there's so much energy out there, and we can only perceive what we can perceive of that, how open we are to that. It's, you know, it's like if you're reading a book, right, and then there's a new word that you've never come across in that book, and so you look it up, you Google it, and you're like, oh, that's what that word means. I've never seen it before. And then you start seeing it everywhere. Well, what's going on there is your awareness has opened up. And the more your awareness opens up, the more you've got access to, right? And so I've got access to more than some with the work that I do. And then other people have got access to things that I'm not awake to yet. Yeah, awake to coffee and eggs, Matt. Awake to the bathroom. That's what happens to me. Wake up. And then I've got to get out of bed because I go to the bathroom. Carolee. Oh. Bye, Tawanda. Yeah, share the video. Thank you. Carolee. Yeah, I'm reading for Carolee. What have you got going on? And if you haven't already, check out your weekly reads for your star sign. Carolee. Oh. You've got compassion, refocus, communication coming and overwhelming, right? So, you know, like empaths, compassion overload. Empaths can be soaking up everyone else's energy, reacting to that rather than staying in their own energy. Compassion overload, it's overwhelming. We're never being asked to do that. You know, to look at the terrible things in the world and then feel that. And it's such a drain on the energy, and it's not helpful to anyone. It's just adding to the bad energy in the world by focusing on the bad things like that. And yeah, this is like the dark side of empathy. Check that out. I did a video ages ago on that on my YouTube channel. So if you search for Claire Louise Hay, the dark side of empathy, you'll hear my thoughts about that. But this is what yours is about, Carolee. It's like you've got a bit of a drain going on with your empathy and your compassion. Your higher self is trying to pull you out of that because it's overwhelming, and it's got something coming towards you. It's maybe, I don't know, it might have a little lesson for you, or I don't know. Something may happen where you've been compassionately focused on someone, and then you will learn that your focus on them didn't have a positive effect or something like that. Your higher self is trying to wake you up to that anyway, about the negative side of empathy. Of course, there's a positive side of empathy. It's the same with anything. There's a positive and a negative side of anything. Things can positively express and they can negatively express. So you've got a bit of a negative expression of your compassion and your empathy at the moment. Your higher self is trying to lead you out of that. Anyone else want a reading? Ashley, want a reading? Yes. Ashley. Okay, Ashley. Really feel like your higher self is leading you, really, really focused on it. Of course, they're always focused on us, but really, really leading you forward now, Ashley, especially because you're listening way more now. And so your ideas that you've had in the past, it's asking you to let go of those ideas and just stay in the moment, because it's giving you new ideas to lead you forward on this self-love path, one step at a time. So the ideas that it gave you before, it's not like this is what you're to do for the rest of your life kind of thing. It's just what it wanted you to focus on in that moment when it gave it to you, because it was leading you forward to self-love. Yeah. And so just stay on the path and stay in the moment. Don't be attached to old ideas, old things that you've had. Stay in the moment, and it will keep on leading you forward, one step at a time, to this self-love. You know what it's going on about, I'm sure. You're doing a great job, Ashley. Just keep on listening, keep on moving forward, stay in the moment. Get your new ideas in the moment. Yeah, cool. There we go. So if anyone wants a full reading, want more, then there's a link in the description box for my readings. You're welcome, Ashley. How do we find out our star sign? It's your sun sign when you were born. So from your birth date and time, we can find out what our star sign is, or our sun sign. I'm Taurus. And we can also find out what our ascending sign is, and I'm Gemini. And Venus and moon sign is Aries for me. Can't remember what the rest are. I've got more Aries in there. Your Gemini. There you go. Check out your Gemini weekly read. Gemini. June 3rd. Gemini. There we go. Thank you everyone for coming along. And remember, click like on this video. It really helps me out, as it does with every video that I do. And when you comment on it too, it really helps me out too. And of course, sharing it, subscribing to my channel and sharing it really helps out. Trying to grow my channel so that YouTube shows other people. You're Gemini with Aries moon. Cool. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming along. I am here tomorrow, so come along tomorrow too if you want more of this. See you. Bye. Have a great evening, day, whatever it is, wherever you are.